Hey everyone, and welcome to Developer Tea. My name is Jonathan Cottrell, and today is a very special inspiration episode. Last week, specifically on Thursday, Developer Tea hit the biggest landmark, one that I've been looking forward to for a long time. And it's all because of each and every one of you who are listening to this show. Developer Tea has been downloaded over 1 million times. That's 1 million unique listens. I'm totally floored, and I'm so excited that all of you have enjoyed this show as much as you have. It's been such an awesome 5-ish months or so. I actually tweeted out a mistake that said it's been 6 months, but it's only been 5 months and a few days since this show was launched, and you all have downloaded it more than 1 million times, and I just couldn't be more happy about that. So thank you so much for listening to Developer Tea, and I wanted to celebrate with you by talking a little bit about hard work and talking about the discipline that it takes to see something through. So I'm going to give you 2 quotes from people who would be considered hard workers. And these hopefully will give you the inspirational energy to do something that you've been wanting to do but haven't had the discipline or the inspiration necessary to actually get on the ground and start doing. The first quote is from Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci says, "I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do." I feel like this is such an appropriate quote for the world we live in now. A few colleagues and I were talking about Elon Musk the other day, and we were talking about the fact that he open sourced a lot of the work that he's doing at Tesla. And the truth of the matter is, if nobody else has the discipline to do the work, then that open source information is just an idea. It's not as useful as the actual work that it takes to make those ideas a reality, to actually implement whatever those plans are, all of the technology that is documented that they have open sourced at Tesla. It's useless without somebody actually doing that work. And that's what Da Vinci is talking about here. So I encourage you to not only have ideas, but to start doing, to actually start implementing those ideas. Of course, ideas are important, so don't discount the good ideas that you have, but remember that to actually see something come to life, the idea is not enough. You must do, according to Da Vinci and according to reality. We see this all the time. People have brilliant ideas, and they'll even brag that they had the idea before it comes out. I've done this before. I've had a lot of ideas that eventually somebody else does something very similar to whatever that initial idea was. And the truth is, my idea, while it was maybe accurate in terms of what would be successful, I didn't actually do anything with it, and therefore I have no bragging rights. And a lot of other people could have the same idea, and none of us are going to see any value out of those ideas until someone actually gets on the ground and does the work. And that's the hard part, is actually doing something. And I think part of the reason this is the case is because we have to make decisions and we have to say no to certain things. When we are actually working on a particular idea, we're saying no to all of our other ideas. We're choosing to invest our energy and our time, and that's a real investment. That time is spent just like money could be spent. Your time is spent on doing that thing, on actually implementing your idea. Now, we aren't just talking about entrepreneurial ideas either. This is also applicable in our day-to-day work as developers. If you work in an agency, for example, choosing to take a particular idea for a client project forward means that you are cutting out the possibility for other ideas. You're narrowing down, and therefore you're cutting out other ideas. And that investment is it's like an opportunity cost. You no longer are going to be able to pursue multiple ideas. And we really enjoy talking about our ideas. We really enjoy having ideas. And so it's difficult to actually commit to doing one particular thing. Now I'm going to share a quote with you about this difficulty by Lou Holtz. Lou was a football coach for over 40 years. You probably know Lou if you watch football because he's been on ESPN for many years. And this is the quote. Lou says, "Winners embrace hard work. They love the discipline of it, the trade-off they're making to win. Losers, on the other hand, see it as a punishment, and that's the difference." And I think Lou is saying that's the difference between winners and losers. That's the difference between what it takes to win, which is discipline, and what it takes to simply not win. If you don't win, then by default, you're kind of losing, right? Now, it's difficult to say that you're losing at life. Something as big as life is difficult to say that you're losing at it, but perhaps you aren't being as effective as you would like to be. Perhaps you're not doing the things that you would like to do in life. So it takes discipline, it takes hard work, it takes the ability to say no to a lot of ideas so that you can say yes to a particular idea and then put your nose to the grindstone, actually start doing the work. This is the hard part of what we do. It's changing from the mindset of thinking and deliberating over what we should do versus actually doing. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Developer Tea. And thank you once again for pushing Developer Tea over this huge milestone of 1 million unique listens. Every single one of those is valuable to me. I'm so thankful that each and every one of you listen to this show. There's 2 quick things that I want to tell you about before we end the episode. The first is the official Developer Tea t-shirt. I created a t-shirt and it's on Cotton Bureau and it is going to print because we sold enough to go to print, but I'd love for each and every one of you to own a copy of this t-shirt. I will include a link in the show notes. But you can also go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/DT shirt, all lowercase. That's the letter D, the letter T, and then the word shirt, SHIRT. bit.ly/DT shirt if you would like a Developer Tea t-shirt. Developer Tea has also been nominated for the Podcast of the Year Award in the 16th Annual Net Awards. If you want to learn more about the Net Awards, you can go to thenetawards.com, or you can go directly to vote for Developer Tea by going to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/vote-T, all lowercase, it's VOTETEA. Of course, all of these links will be in the show notes on developertea.com. And I'd love for you to reach out if you have any other thoughts, questions. This show exists for you. It is entirely about the audience that is listening to it. So you can reach me at developertea@gmail.com, or you can always find me on Twitter at @developertea. Once again, thank you so much for listening to the show, and until next time, enjoy your tea.